Right. I am Rebecca Taurozzi.
And I'm Deleigh Hermes, and this is the Real Deal ATX. And we have a really awesome guest today.
Hi.
Beth
Hello.
Coffey.
Right. Hi.
Hey.
I'm here. I made it. It's Dancing Austin, Beth Coffey. I teach Texas two-step here in Austin, Texas. I'm also for hire. I will teach line dancing as well. And I'm just thrilled to be here, thrilled to see how it goes, answer questions.
Yeah. I love line dancing. I have been trying to teach myself at the house the Tipsy song, which you probably know, it has a 4-wall at the beginning, but that first step to start it again is like a step.
Right.
And I look very much so like I've never danced in my life for doing that. And I've danced my entire life. I did dance when I was a kid. I was dance captain in high school.
Cool.
I've done dance, all the dances, all
Sure.
types. And for whatever reason, that I cannot do that at all.
Well, you're ahead of me because I don't even know what
Is it tricky for
square
other
is.
people?
I think this is a great question.
Yeah, thanks.
So let's just start. Let's start at the very beginning. We're here in lovely downtown Austin, Texas, and I'm the ambassador of the Texas two-step.
Nice.
I'm the ambassador of the Texas two-step, not because I prefer two-step over line dancing, but yes, I do prefer two-step over line dancing. I think line dancing is great, and I challenge anybody and everybody to work on their line dancing,
Right.
what you're doing. You're watching your videos at home. You're practicing in front of your mirror. It is fantastic for your brain, for your heart rate.
Yeah.
You really like the song.
I love this song.
The song is great.
I'm determined.
And I think that is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's tricky in the sense that this is the live music capital of the world, so no one will play it. So no one in Austin will play that song.
No.
So you have to go to Pflugerville and Round Rock and Buck's Backyard. There's so many places that you can go. They'll play that song one time, and that'll be your moment
Yeah.
to shine.
Yes.
And then 2.5 minutes later, it's done.
Yeah.
Grab your purse and get the heck out of there, girl.
Yeah.
No, I laugh because not everybody is from Austin. Not everybody understands the difference between the Texas two-step and the line dance. Line dance is a very specific choreography that goes to a very specific tempo and a very specific song. What I teach is a little bit more fluid, a little more flow.
Yeah.
We have all these beautiful musicians. I happen to be married to one of them who they have worked their entire life to play music. And not only that, but now they have to learn how to play music with each other. Which I don't know if you've worked together on a team, but you can imagine how tricky that gets, right?
Yeah.
So you have these musicians who are in their own right amazing. And now you have to work with somebody.
Yeah.
So that in itself is just dream come true. That's what makes Austin Austin, is that we champion the fact that not only do we have these beautiful, talented people, but they can work together. And now here they are on stage.
Yeah.
So fun.
They're not going to play somebody else's song. They're not going to play somebody else's song. They've got their moment. They're going to play their song. They're going to work on their stuff.
Yeah.
And so as a dance person, as somebody who enjoys music, as someone who enjoys moving their body, you're at the mercy of your band.
Yeah.
And they
love that.
should, right? Perfect world. They should get you on your vibe, man. They should
Yeah.
understand you're ready. You want something fast.
Yeah.
And then you want something fast, and you want something fast, and you're like, all right, let's slow down.
Yeah.
So in the world of AI, where music is being produced and made by robots, and bless the robots, I'm glad there's more music. There should be music. But I teach dance to humans, to their human songs and their human mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you dance with a partner, it could be great.
It could be really
Yeah.
great.
It could be really great. When
be
I
really
danced with
bad,
you, it
too.
was fabulous. We had a great dance together. And it can be not so great. It's very true. And so I love that true idea of being human is making music.
Yeah.
Right? That's what separates us from all the other animals. I mean, I'm sure they all make their own music. And then, oh my gosh, which came first, right? The dancers or the music?
Right? That's pretty good.
So you can't dance without them.
My mind is blown right now. No,
You're
I'm just kidding. I'm like, we are getting deep.
That's right. Well, I've been
I
teaching
love it.
now here in Austin for over 15 years.
I love that.
And I love the musicians are so happy to have people out there celebrating the music
Yeah.
that they like created in their garage, right?
Heck
So
yeah.
they're like hammering out their tunes, however they do it, and then they have to work together to share your tune, which I can't imagine just that vulnerability
Yeah.
to be like, so I had some hard times.
Yeah.
And I wrote a little song about it, and here it goes, right?
Those are
And
the
then-
best
Yeah.
songs. The best, though.
I know. And
You know, I've moved away from Austin before, and I've just traveled so much. And the one thing that I really missed about Austin was being able to just go to see a band any day of the week.
yeah.
And I have to be just Saturday or every other
No.
Saturday because I lived in a small town. And it was like once a month, we were like, we're going to town, like, and then you don't know who you're going to see. You don't care. You're just like, at least it's music,
Right.
And I'm like, damn, I miss Austin. Like any day of the week, you could go like see hip hop or go see country or go see blues or like whatever.
It never fails. My son will call me at 6, which, I live far, right? So I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, where are you at? I'm like, I'm at home in my jammies. And when I say jammies, I mean triple the size sweatpants. Like, I look like a gremlin. And he's like, do you want to come to the concert? It starts in an hour. I'm like, no, I don't. I got to prepare to be out all day. I'm too old for that. But I do love it that there's always music available.
Always. Yeah. Are you talking about Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably always out.
Always. He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves
He's
the
young.
live
That's why I
music
was doing the
scene.
same thing too
Yeah.
when I was that age. So fun.
But what's even more fun too is that most of the places in town in Austin some of them are 21 and up, but there are a few places that are like family friendly, so you can
Oh,
be
yeah.
of all ages. And I
Right.
think we've even started. It just seems like after COVID, we're opening up music, and that's happening a little bit earlier, like more at your happy hour times,
Right.
your 7 o'clock times.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's been really a nice change.
Have y'all been to any of the like coffee DJ sets?
Yeah.
It's great.
I think it sounds
I
so
love that.
fun.
Yeah.
I still haven't made one yet. I always have a show.
There's a line.
But
There's a huge line
to get in?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're packed.
One
love
of my
it.
son's friends is a DJ she does coffee shop DJ. I can't think of her name right now, but it's probably one that you're talking about.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're at like 10 in the morning or 8
Mm-hmm.
or something. They're like early on Saturdays, and it's like a morning coffee dance session. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am there.
Well, I think it speaks to dancing. You talked about all the different kinds of dance that you did, and
Yeah.
I think that dancing any way you can get it releases all of those wonderful, wonderful hormones, all of those like happiness drugs that you make in your own self, and I think people are really getting into that.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great experience
Yeah.
that you're like, I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to get up. I'm going to have my outfit picked out so that I can go dance. And I think that what a wonderful kind of a throwback
yeah.
to let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does fun look like? Does it
Yeah.
have to be expensive? Not
No.
No.
No,
No.
it doesn't.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
no. And I think especially now that we're all going to be looking at our budgets, making sure that we have
Yeah.
enough money for some fun.
Uh-huh.
I think this is a great way. My dance lesson is free. It's
nice. Yeah.
free. Yeah. Part of my mission whenever I started my company was just to provide something that was free, all ages free. We learned it. I learned it as a Texan. I'm an 8th generation Texan, so I learned this dance
Amazing.
on my grandfather's feet.
I love
know?
that. Yes.
I love
used to do
that.
And that
too.
was just
Aw.
what we did. We're
Yeah.
Czech, we're German, we dance. We
Yeah.
dance at your wedding, we dance at your funeral, we dance at your thing, your other thing, your graduation.
Yeah.
We dance. And it's of all ages. So whenever I run into folks, I really do challenge them. Like,
Right.
what's your pain point?
So-
You don't have a friend to go with you? Then find a new friend.
Yeah.
I'll be
Go by
your friend.
yourself.
Come by me. Come and that's
Yeah.
with you. I was like, dude, just come. I'm right
Yeah.
there. you know I'll be there and we'll be pals.
She had
For
so
sure.
much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
it
was
was
a
her
blast.
birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to tell a story. Deleigh comes. She's like so excited to be at this place where we've been working, teaching. And I see her in the crowd. Of course, she looks fabulous because she looks fabulous. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I have a voluntold? It's you. And so she came up on stage and I showed a move. I was like, this is how you do it. And everybody's very much like, oh, what a wonderful job. You did such a great job. And then I was like, everybody, we need to be even extra, because it's
Her birthday.
It's her birthday. Yeah, that's it. It's her birthday.
Everyone starts cheering.
So
like,
everybody starts cheering. I was like, okay, everybody has to like go buy her a drink. So I love it. It was not her birthday, but
yeah, people were telling me happy birthday in the crowd. I was like, oh, thank you. That was great.
she's like, I'll come every night.
Yeah.
Good. Come back again and again and again.
Yeah, next time say, this is the best realtor in town.
We should have planned it. I know. Have a little tagline. Yeah.
That's going to be our marketing ploy.
I love it. We'll track it. How many people from a dance lesson bought a house? I think
Yeah,
so.
I love
They're
it.
all there. They're all
love
there to
that.
buy a house.
That's what I'm saying.
Do
So-
you do it at a certain spot, a certain
I
location?
do it at the White Horse every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
White Horse, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock, free. You just have to be 21, so it says Texas. But come by yourself, bring a friend, bring your coworkers. We have all kinds of people from all over the nation. I think that night we had people from Germany,
Yeah.
Spain, Scotland, Australia. It's a true international event, and they're coming to our airport, and they're getting off, and they're getting to the White Horse for my lesson.
I love
No,
that.
it's wild. I
wild.
was there on a Saturday
fun.
night, and she said, who all in the crowd, who's from Austin? And I don't, not one person raised their
I
hand.
think the bartender. That was it.
It was like very few people were actually from Austin. They were all there for the dance lesson.
That is so fun. Have
Yeah.
you ever traveled to other places around the world?
Absolutely, yeah. I've been, in fact, this summer I'm going to Amsterdam and I'm going to London. So I've got a couple of different line dance. I have like a Beyonce disco line dance. Right.
Fun.
And then I, of course, bring the Texas two-step, always. And the Cotton Eye Joe. They don't know to ask for that, but they get that. You know,
Nice.
It's one of those.
Everyone should.
Everybody, I think,
Should at least
I think,
know
I
that.
think we should know that.
I feel like everyone.
For
Because
sure.
any wedding in Texas you're ever going to go to is going to play that song.
That's right.
And the chicken dance.
And the chicken dance.
Oh, man. I hate
And the,
when you
shot,
say that.
and the shottish, if you get in there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Journey.
I travel the world because like one of Austin's like number one things that we export is our culture. That's the one thing that we have. You can't duplicate it. You can't find it anywhere else.
It is something special, isn't it?
It's something special, and it's a Texas. That's our export is our culture.
Yeah.
And being from West Texas, traveling all over the world, teaching all over the world, I know that that sets me apart. And I think that because of that and because it is a welcoming, not a, oh, you should have dance background. No, you should just come.
Yeah.
And we are just going to have a good time. I don't use numbers. I don't make anybody count. I always demonstrate. So even if language is a barrier, you're able to watch
Yeah.
and do. I teach to music, so the rhythm and the beats will be present and the motions. Like I said, over 15 years of kind of trial and error. What works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And to teach an entire room, sometimes 200, 250 people on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Nobody has to sign up. You show up, bring a friend, don't bring a friend. And
That's so
everybody in the room, we make a big circle, and then everybody in the room partners up. It's not forever.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have to tell anybody your name. Nobody
yeah.
cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what your major is. You know,
Yeah.
you just find somebody. Somebody's
Yeah.
a leader, somebody's a follow. I make sure that it's open to all sexes and all like the ways of life, right? I'm not going to teach it male, female. That's, come on, it's 25.
Yeah.
Just teach it, lead and follow, and teach. Did you switch it around?
Yeah.
Switch around your partner, switch around who the leader is.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part is that you'll see people that think they should be the follow.
Yeah. I
They're
feel
the
like
leader.
I feel
Yeah.
like I try to lead. Maybe that's why me and my husband can't go. I'm like, do it. 1, 1, 2. He's like, okay. I'm just dragging him around. Poor guy. Gotta
But
love
that's
him.
it.
Y'all
That's
should
the
come
whole
down one day.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
So, in your opinion, because I've over my years, right? Like I would country dance with like really good dancers, where I'm like, I'm so sorry that I'm not as good as you, but you make me look decent, right? Like,
Right.
and then where I have to kind of be the lead because the person knows not anything, right?
Right.
What do you feel like, other than just the speed? Like, what is the actual difference between like a two-step and a quick step?
Oh, great question.
Because I think I love a quick step. Like maybe I just loved who the dancer was so much better that I was dancing with, and I was like, "Ooh, a new dance, and I can do it," right? But it was so different. The flow was so different, and I loved it. Do you ever do?
Absolutely. Well, taking us back just a moment, and let's. I'm looking directly into the camera now.
Yeah.
Stop apologizing.
Yeah.
Just stop. You have my permission.
Yeah.
You are never a bad dancer. You are always better than the people sitting down.
Oh,
There we go.
nice. I love
I
that.
say it at every lesson.
Yeah.
And especially right now, speaking as a woman, speaking as a female in Texas, stop apologizing.
Nice.
I don't care how good or bad you think you are. I don't know you.
Right?
Don't come to me and tell me you're horrible. I don't want to dance with you if you're horrible. Come and tell me you're the best. Girl, I'm so
love
lucky to
it.
get to dance with you.
Yeah.
You're so lucky to get to dance with me. We're able-bodied, our knees work.
Yeah.
We've overcome whatever fear that it took for us to be on the dance floor.
Yeah.
We figured out how to get the Uber, the scooter, the babysitters, the whatever it is. Like, you're
Right.
here, you're present.
Boot,
Don't
scoot, and
don't ever apologize.
Yeah.
You're a wonderful dancer. You're
Nice.
great.
I love that.
There you go. And so then when we dance together, you talk about tempo, you talk about names. That's great. Those are all words. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You had a great time dancing with that person, probably because that person started dancing with you and understood how you moved
Yeah.
and saw that you could do things, and maybe a spin, or maybe y'all flowed better together.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that song really got the tempo that works well with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the song that you made, like we could kill it. We could dance together and it would kill it. And it's a slow waltz. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say like I'm never going to dance with you until it's a slow waltz. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think in the
Yeah.
sense of slow and quick and fast step and triple step, words.
Yeah.
It's all just words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And really, if you like the song or you like the band or you like the person maybe that you're dancing with, y'all should come together in some small way where y'all both are having fun.
Yeah.
I like to say, like, no one's wrong
Yeah.
except for the people sitting down.
Yeah.
They're completely wrong.
I like that.
But if you're up, you're dancing.
Yeah.
You're
Right?
doing it. You're
Yeah.
doing it, whatever it is. And like the whole thing is just like to have a good time.
yeah.
Right.
Where no one wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one wins except for the girl that gets flipped upside down and falls on the ground. Like I have a no to that.
Oh, no.
Right? No. To that. Don't do that one.
I was like,
But other than that, just
yeah.
we're all coming to life in different levels.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to apologize that I'm not as spiritually connected as I like. It would be awkward. So I think that all over Texas, this is a dance that came together because of the Spanish, the Mexicans, the Germans, the Czechs, the Louisianans. Like all of those people came together. They all have some little thing that they added to all the dance moves.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that no matter where you go, even in Austin,
Yeah.
there's a different dialect, if you will.
Yeah.
You go to Dallas, it's a little different. You go to Fort Worth, a little different. Go to College Station, a lot different.
Yeah.
But we're all dancing the same music. You know, we're all doing it.
So when did you start your two-step lessons? What got you into that?
I learned when I was young, like most Texans, we learned, and I say that with like pride.
Yeah.
We learned because at some point our PE teacher had a rainy day. And so we all learned
Yep.
the Cotton Eye Joe. We
Yeah.
all learned the two-step and maybe a waltz. And so it was definitely something we learned during PE.
Definitely.
But getting into it, unfortunately, I had a really severe wreck at our ranch in Marfa. So we did a rollover, and it left me with a broken neck. Very dicey, very tricky. Stayed here in Austin. I was at the time living not in Austin, but I moved to Austin to be with my mom and rehab and get well. during that time, met a great friend who was like, hey, let's go to this place called Dallas Nightclub. I was like, oh, fabulous. So I show up, and I remember I was wearing my neck brace, and they had to shave my head to put my head back together again.
Yeah.
So I was wearing like a scarf around my head, and I had taken off my neck brace in the car. And so I walked into Dallas Nightclub not feeling particularly spiffy. Okay, just kind of like so excited to be out with friends and doing something different, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, this music is ridiculous. So, you know, Dallas Nightclub was no live music, so there was just some guy playing CDs or whatever.
Yeah.
So a guy walks over to the table and was like, hey, anybody want to dance? Can anybody hear waltz? And I was like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I got out there and waltzed. I had a great time. Didn't apologize. Waltzed. Did what I could do. And, you know, he came back. He was like, well, this is a two-step. Do you want to try the two-step? I was like, absolutely. So I started dancing. And later that night, he was like, hey, a lot of us that dance, we're going over here tomorrow. You want to come? You're welcome. I'll be there. I'll be your friend.
Cool.
That's it.
I love that.
Bit by the bud.
That's how it started.
That's it.
I
Oh,
love
cool. What
And
year
then
was
once
that?
this would be like 2008.
Nice. Okay.
2004, 2008, I graduated from St. Edward's
Okay.
with a master's in leadership and ethics.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I
and
can
so-
see that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of my
Yeah.
a lot of my dance lesson comes from.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're all leaders.
Yeah.
All of us are leaders, and the best leaders are followers.
Nice.
So I would take that to your dance partner. And say,
Yeah.
look, I know that I'm the best leader here, sweets. And I'm going to follow so well.
Yeah.
That's
But
funny.
I started dancing, and you really do get addicted to that adrenaline. You get addicted to the, I call it bit by the dance bug. You get really excited about it. You look forward to it. It's a euphoria.
Yeah.
And so you again, you want it it's exciting.
Yeah. I love
And when
that.
I leave Austin, I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it. I miss that dance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I had a friend who would always go two-stepping, but I just didn't want to be out late because I get up early,
Right.
right? So I really like that yours is, starts at 7, the lesson's an hour, and then like 8 and 9 people are dancing, and then I'm like home by 10. I can still get up and go to the gym.
Yeah.
I love that. Like,
That
because
it's
he would be
early.
going at 11 and 12, and I'm like,
That's too late.
I don't want to.
hard.
I'm like, during the week, I'm like, I have priorities here. I still want to have fun, but,
Yeah, and then I don't want to, even if it was the weekend, I don't want to mess up my entire weekend by needing to sleep because
You stayed out too late.
I stayed up too late. I wake up normally probably 5,
Oh, wow.
and so I normally don't go to bed though until like 12:31 normally, but I'm like working relaxed, like doing stuff and when it's peaceful in my house.
Right.
And so if I stay up like out too late, then I'm like, I need to sleep for days almost. It's an old thing. I think it's because we're getting older.
Well, I will say that I think if you can do it sober, that's another really component to the
Yes.
dance
Yeah.
lesson is when you learn to play basketball, golf, pickleball, whatever, you
Right.
probably, at least the first couple of times, were probably sober
Yeah.
when you were learning.
Yeah.
And then you can incorporate all kinds of things. But I like that the lesson is a little earlier so that people are a little less inebriated
yes.
and able to,
Well, you can't, I just order a club soda
yeah,
because
Yeah.
I'm not even drinking it anyways because I'm dancing.
that's right.
So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
for breaks,
Yeah.
So it's nice. I think that a lot of people think like, oh, I need to have some drinks to loosen up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe.
But going out sometimes if you go out and I do feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I do feel like there's a lot more folks that are going out and not getting
yeah.
super
why they're
hammered, or maybe
making-
not even drinking at all, right? They're doing their
Yeah.
mocktails. and
That's
their-
why the
yeah.
mocktails are $10 for club soda and grapefruit juice.
Some of them are more than that.
It's
When we
ridiculous.
were doing our 75 hard,
Right.
I went one place. It's kind of snobby, but it was like $17. And I was like, this is fucking club soda and lime. I know it is.
I
With
know.
a mint sprig. You know? I was,
That was the 10.
yeah. My husband's like, you just get a water. And I'm like, no, I wanted a fancy mocktail.
Uh-huh.
He's like, okay.
Bring your own umbrellas. now.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I'm like, the bar's catching on to us.
I know.
I think so.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Just a water with lemon, please.
Yeah.
$7.85.
Well, you know what you say?
Damn it.
You gotta just say grapefruit and soda instead of mocktail.
Yeah.
That's it. That could be the win.
Yeah.
And
You
then they
just-
charge you like $3.50 or something.
Yes.
Because it's like a juice.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you order the mocktail on the thing, it's like $9 or $10.
This is how to hack Austin. This
Yeah.
is what this is right here. These are our pro tips.
Yeah.
Hacking
Okay.
Austin
Non-alcoholic
on
hacks.
right. Non-alcoholic, free dance lesson.
Right.
You can do it by you can get to my lesson by the train. I don't know. This is your challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can take the passenger train. It stops right in front of the White Horse. The name of the station is Plaza Sitio.
Okay.
And boom.
Yeah.
And the train now is like $1. It's like $1, $2.
Yep.
I
Maybe.
love that.
So we've all been here in Austin for like 20 years.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember what the drink prices used to be?
Yeah, I remember what everything used to
I know.
$3
Yeah.
I don't. I remember my bar
$1.50.
tab was. I was drinking more then. I think.
Oh.
Drinking a lot more then. But it was. Well, they used to have 69. The night that I went to Dallas nightclub, it was 69-cent drink Wednesday night.
Or for women.
Yes. Yeah,
Sometimes,
for-
you know
yeah,
how
I think
it
you're
would be
right.
like, get the women in there, 50-cent
Yeah.
drinks for the
Free
ladies.
shots.
I know.
Free
Come on
shots
in.
for
I'm
ladies.
like,
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
different now. It's different.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of those anymore. Because I think they realized women probably can outdrink most men. Just saying. I know some men that I'm like, you had 2. Are you okay? You just had 2. What's going on? No,
That's funny.
that's fun.
So what would y'all say is y'all's favorite part of Austin after being here for so long? You mentioned culture.
Yeah, I come from West Texas, so there's a lot of like dirt, rocks, dust. So to me, it's water. Our water feature, Barton Springs. That's what makes us different, right? Than Dallas, than Houston, than Fort Worth.
That's what makes
It's our water
doable.
feature. Doable. I think that Barton Springs and all of Lady Bird Lake, I walk the lake every day. There's like a little 3-mile. I like to say that I walk for sanity, not for vanity. I walk and destroy people in my mind, whatever. Listen to my podcast and get it going. But that is, no matter where you live in Austin, I do feel like you should try to make that a priority, to
For sure.
really see it, be a part of it. You're paying the taxes to keep that lake filthy.
Yeah.
But I think it's the coolest part. I think it's one
It
of
is.
the coolest parts of Austin. And the rest is, it's lovely, but you could get it in London. You can get it wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I'm from Houston originally, and so when I moved, the reason why I got to this area was my stepdad got transferred to Wimberley,
Okay.
really San Antonio, but they lived in Wimberley, and so whenever they moved, they lived in on like 5 acres, and I really, I lived in the city. My grandma lived in the country. So I grew up in the country, but not every day, So when she moved, I was like, whoa, like country, huh? I was like, okay. And I had never really been camping or anything.
Wow.
And so, I decided to go to college at Texas State. And I actually stayed in Houston a year behind my mom. Okay. They moved up here. And I was going to a school there, and then I moved up here, and I was like, I kind of like it,
Yeah.
And then once I got up here and I started meeting, super outdoorsy people, that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of outdoor adventure. you know, and I never realized that's what I was really missing in Houston, you know, because you only know what you know, right? Like I'd go to grandma's and I'd get to go ride quads and like see all the cows and all the things, you know, but you went home from that. I didn't think you could like live around, you know,
Like that was your playground, that was your park.
Yeah. And so I moved up here and I met, you know, rock climbers and bikers and hikers and people that go backpacking and like actually go on trips to go adventure. And I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And I think that's my favorite part about Austin. There's just so much greenery. There's so many different types of things to do. And it's a really healthy city.
That's it.
For the most part, you know, like you go to Houston, not healthy city. I mean, it's not really, it's not a priority, it feels like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like eating and drinking is like what I think of Houston.
They
like
do
business.
have great restaurants.
Yeah, they do.
It's true.
They do. But I think we have lots of great restaurants here too.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
like
going to say that's one of my favorite, you know, I'm a huge foodie. So that's one of my favorite things. You can get any type of food that you want and at all different levels, you know. A lot of my favorites are the little tiny hole in the walls. I feel like they have such good character and flavor and there's lots of that here in Austin. And then also I love like the arts, like the hillside play. I love to take my kids to that every year. I love that so much.
Yeah.
I mean, other places do it, but I don't know. I just love the way it is here. We always go swimming first. And then
it's Barton Springs.
It's Barton Springs.
To cool off.
Yeah.
And then
because,
watch. And then go back maybe.
Yeah. Because you get there early and you lay out your blankets. No one messes with your crap, you know. You have a whole ice chest full of stuff in the car. You go swim in I think it's 72 to 75 degree water all year round. Love it. My kids get a good show always because they're across. Like on this side, it's everyone. And then on the other side, I believe it is topless. Right? And so I always remember when I took my kids, they were all there. And I have all little boys. And I'm like, okay, we're going to blah, 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 you know. And they're not paying attention to me at all. They're like, and I'm like, hello.
The Bongo Beach.
And I look over and I was like, oh, titties. They saw titties. I was like, okay, boys, okay. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, try not
They're
to
all
look at them now. And then mom saw us looking at boobies. And I'm like, oh, God. But so fun. Some of the favorite things. So, yeah, Barton Springs is...
How could we not talk about that Barton Springs is topless? And I love that is a beautiful part of Austin.
It used to just be Hippie Hollow. That was nude, full nude.
Yeah.
But now Barton Springs is topless. But I do feel like you're on that side of the water if you are.
They've chosen to sequester themselves, perhaps. Bongo Beach, the bongo club, behind the that's like your area.
Yeah,
the hula hoop.
Yeah,
and do you?
Yes,
and the children can be on the other side.
Yeah,
a little bit more covered and
family friendly. Yeah,
so it's always fun.
I remember the first time I saw someone topless there, I was like, wow.
Titties.
I was like,
so you're like my kids.
Yeah.
Titties.
I was like,
in the wild.
They're like, yeah, it's legal. You can do it. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, we're like, we're in Europe.
I know, right?
Always see Speedos. Men always in Speedos.
That's because you're looking for them.
I'm like, where are them Speedos? Found one.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's your favorite restaurant in Austin?
Speaking of Speedos.
Yeah.
Wonderful segue.
Yeah.
Speedos. Let's talk hot dogs. No, go ahead. Where's your food?
So...
I know how to segue.
One of my favorite Mexican food places is Enchiladas y Mas.
Okay. Yep.
It is the yummy. And you can and the margaritas are great. And they're tiny. Like sometimes whenever I get a frozen margarita and it's this big, it's just, I feel like I'm drinking syrup and I feel sick afterwards. And they're little guys. You only need 2 or 3. Like, you can only have 3. But they're little and they're fantastic. That whatever they are cooking their meat on in there for the last 80 years has the like seasoning from the heavens that I just love so much.
It is really
Chicken
good.
fajita is what I get every time.
Nice.
So good.
It is really good.
I really like their choice of not leveling up their dining experience.
No, like every
Like it is the chair.
It has been there
the table
forever.
And I tell people, I'm like, listen, I know you're bougie, right? I can be sometimes too, right? Like when it comes to wine or something, I'm a big old snob. But whenever it's the food, it's all about the food. I don't care where I'm at. And so I tell them, I'm like, I'm going to take you somewhere. It's not pretty.
No.
But
Don't look around. Don't look anywhere.
No.
No.
Yeah. Don't touch the sticky table.
Yeah. But it is the flavors are going to change your life, and you're going to thank me afterwards. And so it never fails. I get the table that is like wobbly. So I have like a process. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine in a second. I take the little sugar packet that's in my little thing. I fold it up. I put it right under there. And I'm like, no, we're good, guys. We're going to enjoy today. So, and every single person that leaves there, also that's how I decide if you're going to be my friend or not, right? Like if you're like, I don't know if I liked it. And I'm like, well, then we probably won't ever speak again.
Lose my number. Lose my number.
Because I see you now. So, but I've never taken anyone there that didn't love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they're like, I don't mind what I'm seeing. I'm like,
I
no.
love that this is like the
It's
litmus
so good.
test. Like enchiladas de mas, seeing some things back at the Barton Springs. If you can pass that test, then I'm like, you live here.
Yeah.
I live by a house.
think is
It's time for you to live here.
When people have been here for a long time and have never been to Barton Springs.
Isn't that weird?
I'm like, hold on. I said, but wait, how long have you been here? Like, you've lived here a while, right? They're like, yeah, I don't know, just never made it down. I'm like, why are you here?
What do you
What
do?
is happening?
Here.
Well, yeah. Like, I remember in San Marcos, I lived in the neighborhood right by the river. And so I would ride my bike every morning to the river and jump in before school. Like, it was my jam. And it just saved you from a hangover. It was like instant hangover cure. Okay. I was like, showers weren't enough. It was like, you got to go jump in.
You were cold plunging before it was cold plunging was cool, girl. You were doing it.
Oh my
Cutting
God.
edge. That was you. Hacking.
That is true.
You were biohacking before biohacking.
Yeah.
Nice.
Smart. See?
That's why you're around me.
Yeah.
You're a smart lady.
Dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, but yeah, so that is my go-to. Like if it's my birthday and I'm taking people that I love and I want them to eat food that I love, that's where I go.
I love that.
What about
But I
you?
also go all over the place, but that's my go-to.
Your go-to? What about you?
You know, that's a really good question. I have a 6-year-old now, so obviously palates have changed.
So you're like, it's McDonald's.
So I was just about to say, like, there's a strong Hat Creek jam in our world, but I'm a big fan of Chewy's.
Okay.
You know, I think that spicy jalapeno love the sauce
The
from
Hatch
Chewy's.
chilies. They do Hatch chilies.
Hatch is the best.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's close to the house. Seems like just never disappointed.
Right.
Nothing
Consistently
super
yummy.
bougie.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
Steady and true.
It just, if you can't make it all the way to enchiladas y mas, there's probably a Chewy's close.
Oh yeah.
I like that we jam on the like Mexican food.
Yeah.
Like I love that we have all the fufu shishi. Gosh, we have so many places that you can like get sushi and fusion. And I love that there is such beautiful fine dining. I love it. And I will say the best date my husband and I ever went on was a much, much, much too expensive steak from Three Forks right before we went and did the haunted ghost tour.
Oh.
So could not tell you more about how wonderful we ended up. When you find me, when you see me, ask me about the Spider-Man that ended up at the top of the hill. Do you know the hill, the Doug Somm Hill?
No.
Wonderful lookout spot.
Oh.
And Spider-Man showed up. So it's a huge story. It's for our next episode. But now you know about Spider-Man. You have to ask me about it. But it was a great steak. I highly recommend like Three Forks if you're going to go bougie. Three Forks.
Have you ever
Hot
been to
Shop.
Yard House? Yeah. Have you had their Korean steak?
I have
ribeye.
not.
Is that what you had?
There
That's
we
what I get.
go.
It's like this big.
Yeah.
It has the seasoning on it
Yum.
is to die for. It's great. And it doesn't break the bank. Like I feel like for a steak, it's very
You're done.
reasonable.
Yeah.
And it's huge. It's phenomenal.
That's so
Very tender.
Love that. It was good.
Yeah.
I tried to buy it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So good.
What about you?
I my favorite restaurant, tried and true, is 888
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Vietnamese. Yeah.
Oh, I love Vietnamese.
It's over off East Old Torf.
Okay.
And I've been going there since I moved here,
Wow.
like 2000. Well, I was in San Marcos in 2005
Okay.
for 5 years, and I moved here in 10.
Got it.
So like I've been eating it since I've
That whole time.
well,
here,
now
and
we
it's
have to try. I can't believe we haven't tried it. I
yeah.
love Vietnamese.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good. It's always great. The service is always very fast. Nothing changes about it.
I love that.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
like
The worst is when you go to a restaurant and you're like wanting it to taste like what it did last time, and
Right.
it's a whole nother meal. You're like, I didn't fucking want this.
yeah.
What is this?
No. And
I hate
during
when that
COVID, they crushed it. And I was so glad that they, didn't shut down or,
So
but
many
they
people
just
so
did
worried about
takeout.
prices.
They just ordered takeout,
Boom.
and so many people ordered it. There was like lines.
I love it.
Yeah. It was great.
6 feet apart.
Yeah.
So lines around 3 blocks. Did y'all go to any during COVID? Did y'all go to any like wineries during that time, or like bars or anything? Because it was hilarious to me
Yeah.
that they were like, if you buy food,
Right.
you won't get the COVID, and so they would be like, you have to purchase
Yes.
these nasty fucking nuts that everyone's touched, but you have to purchase them for $1, and then we can serve you alcohol and you won't catch COVID. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll buy them nuts. Like, what was the deal?
Crazy.
It was so
It was
crazy.
so strange.
It made no sense.
And that bars
No.
could stay open if they had food, but if
Yes.
they were just a bar, you couldn't open.
Right,
You couldn't
Right.
be open.
because
Right.
Yeah.
the crackers saved you from COVID.
Yeah.
Thank God for
I know.
crackers.
Why wasn't it national news?
I think
You know?
it probably was. People, yeah. Why weren't they announcing that it
Yeah.
was the cure,
yes.
the protection,
Yeah.
not the mask, the nuts?
But I do think that there was, on the opposite side of COVID, look at all of the things that have changed,
Yeah,
for better, for worse.
right.
Right? Zoom, not a word.
Yeah,
It meant go car, Zoom, right?
yeah,
Totally means something different now.
yeah.
I do think that there was a renaissance in music. I think there was a renaissance in dance. I think that things that we didn't used to cherish, we now do.
You know what I
I
really
agree.
noticed was that I feel like South by Southwest reset, and I think we needed that
Yeah.
because it was so big.
Right.
Because I used to do photo, so I would photograph many years of it, right?
Right.
And you couldn't get anywhere in town. Like if you were downtown, like this
was
whole
just
area, it's just traffic. It would take an hour to get anywhere. And it was just getting so big
Yeah.
and out of hand. It was just like every street, from tech to film to photo to music, and it kind of felt like it lost its way a little bit, And now I like noticed it like totally reset, and it's smaller and it's more honed in,
Yeah.
and it'll probably be another 5 years and it'll be the same
It'll
size
be nice.
again.
It'll be
Yeah.
nice. Well,
But-
speaking of, think about all of the California and all the famous movie stars.
Yeah.
Who is your movie star sighting? I'll start. Mine's Dua Lipa when she was in town to do South by and to do, her whole crew came, do a dance
Fun.
lesson, do a Texas two-step. Yeah,
Fun.
but that's so cool.
Yeah.
What a feather in my hat to say.
Yeah.
That was something she could have done anything in Austin, and she might have. She might have
Yeah.
all gone to Barton Springs. She put on her Speedo. Like I have no clue, no clue what the rest of the day was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about for y'all? Y'all, there are famous people, movie stars, all the time. Have you run into any?
No,
You know.
I have not.
You're like, no.
But I also am the worst about paying attention to. I'm paying attention to like who is with me, unless something really crazy like and bright goes by, and I'm like, oh shit, right. But other than that, I'm very focused on.
Sure.
And that's I'm bad about that. Because my husband's like, did you see that? I'm like, wait, what?
Who? What?
Where? What? And he's like, you missed it now. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not paying attention.
I got to hang out with the Trailer Park Boys.
Nice.
Yeah. They came in for a comedy show.
Fun.
And I went with a bunch of friends. And it was my boyfriend at the time's birthday. And it was his favorite show. And so they were doing like one-on-ones afterwards.
Wow, yeah.
And so he wouldn't come with me. There was only one ticket left. And so I was like, I'm going to take it. And he was like, but it's my birthday. I was like, but we're going to hang out. Like, I'm going to get them to hang out with you.
Right.
Like, after.
Right. Good.
Like,
wow.
we're don't
Look at all
worry.
this energy
I love
that you
it.
have.
I
You're like,
love it.
you just stand by.
Dude.
I'm making your birthday happen.
Yes.
Stand back.
And
wow.
so-
All right.
And so.
They were like, sure, ma'am, come back. And you're like, and my boyfriend.
And here he
Got him.
comes. I know.
No, I told him straight up. So you got to go in, get a signature, and then you got to take a picture. And like, so when we were taking the picture, we took the picture, and I was like, guys, team huddle, team huddle. I was like, it's my boyfriend's birthday. Y'all are his favorite. I was like, we live in a trailer. We got some weed. I was like, you guys want to hang out with us? And they were like, you're fucking crazy. I was like, hey,
This
you
is
know,
correct.
I was
100%.
like, you know, so they said yes. And so,
Wow.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, bye guys, you know, call me, you know. And then so I meet back up with the crew and I'm like, guys, they want to hang out. And my boyfriend was pissed. He was
Really?
pissed. He was like,
You did all that
they're
for
not,
him.
yeah. He was like, they're not going to call you. Are you kidding? And I was like, bitch, yes, they are.
Watch this.
And he was like, "Pff, whatever. So he was like,
my
let's
gosh.
go. So we went home and they text while we were on the way home. And they're like, hey, we're at the bus. Y'all come hang out. And I was like, they
Turn
called.
around.
I was like, come on, let's go. And he was like, I'm not going. And I was like, what? I was like, I did this for your birthday. I was like, they know that you're coming. I told them it was your birthday. I fucking went.
I love that.
I left.
You're so
I
bad.
left. I was like, if you're not going to go, I'm going to go. I am sorry. I was like, that is crazy.
Were
So we
they
went on
like,
the
where's
bus.
your boyfriend, right?
Yes.
And you're like, I was just kidding. It's just me.
I said he's being a little bitch. I was like, for some reason, he's pissed. Can't fathom it. I said that.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I got to hang out with them for a couple of hours, and Julian had his whiskey,
Fun.
and Bubbles was actually pretty cute. He like had some like really cute glasses, and he did not look like he does on the
I
show.
just love your
I was like, no, we're gonna do it.
How many people would have been like, no, I can't. My boyfriend said no. And you're like, bye.
No, I still probably would have went to that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's once in a lifetime. Well, you know,
Dude.
it's not gonna happen again.
Right.
It was so
It doesn't
fun. They
happen.
were so cool and chill, and there was
And
like
I'm glad that you
there was
left
a
the
couple.
boyfriend. Because you don't need somebody with that energy vampire.
No.
Energy vampire, there he is.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, you're no fun. I was like, I want someone that's going to come with me. I was like, I literally did it for you. I'm like,
That's
so weird.
crazy.
So anyways, I was like, fuck that. I'm going to go hang out. It was so fun.
Yeah.
And the picture is the most epic picture because it's all three of them and me, and I'm flicking off the camera and like the whole photo is blurry. And I'm just like, this is so appropriate of the Trailer Park Boys, like blurry photo, it's like a disposable camera or something,
Of course,
you know?
of
like,
course.
it was
As
so-
it should be.
I love that.
I need to print that picture out.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
So that's my Hollywood sighting.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
That's a
It
good
was
one.
fun.
very good.
It was fun.
Mine's so sad. 'cause it's nothing.
We need to get you out.
I know.
Yeah.
I need to just
Yeah.
get out there and stalk everyone.
It's random.
They're all here.
I
Like,
know,
the thing
they're
is that they're
everywhere.
all
I
here.
feel like I've seen
They're
other
just-
people too. I'm just
Yes.
like, I can't think.
Well, like the Matthew McConaughey, the Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like they're around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm just not like out being like, I hope I wonder. So I'm
I
not
don't
paying
think anybody's
attention.
No.
I don't
you
think I'm
want
paying
that.
attention enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
They're coming, just so you know.
Yeah.
I feel like all of California is on its way.
Oh, 100%.
Just on its way.
I know.
Not to Dallas,
don't
not to
mind.
Houston. They're coming to Austin.
I don't mind.
Right.
I want all the people to come
do
because I'm a realtor. And I want to help you buy a house.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
shh. Yeah, exactly.
Heck yeah. I know.
And whenever I'm talking to people and they're like, oh, God, so many people are moving here, I'm like, yay! I know! It's great for us.
Well,
know,
and that's
right?
it's even more fun, right? To bring it full circle, it's like I want them to move here and I want them to learn the dance of my people.
Right?
I want
Yeah.
them to like feel like they're an Austin.
I want them to know
whatever.
how fun it is here.
Yeah.
Because when I go visit other states, you know, and I'm talking to people and, you know, are you moving to Texas? Because I'm a realtor. I'm just kidding. And, you know, they're just, we are the friendliest state
We're
that
so
I've
friendly.
Yeah.
visited. You know, they're like, are you from Texas? And I'm like, did I say y'all? And I was like, yeah, I am. You're not. No, I'm just kidding. I can tell by that.
No,
No.
it's true though. I mean, I asked people that move here, and they're like, you know, one of the cool things I love about Austin is that everyone really is friendly. Like it's such a community, you know, and I do love that a lot. And it's cool too. I mean, even when I traveled abroad, and they'd be like, oh, you're from Texas.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone knew Texas, even if they didn't know English.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you say
Sure.
Texas, they're
They
like,
got that.
yeah. I mean, that's awesome, I think. You know.
Well, and I think like what you're talking about, the community makes Texas or Texans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that we still have this like idea that I'm going to help you. I see something happening. I'm going to jump in
Yeah.
and help. Be that help you take your top off at Palm
Right.
Springs. Be that help you with getting some silverware at Enchiladas de Mas.
Right.
Like we all got to help.
I'm
each
like,
other
hold the
out.
table. Hold.
I know. Hold the table.
I got it.
Right. So if you could, I feel like my community, I have a great community of dancers and musicians. And now I have a community, if you will, of like mommies, right?
Aw,
Of mommies.
nice.
And I
That's
have a
fun. That's
community of women entrepreneurs that are, they're maybe new to town, but they're really trying to like get started with a health and well-being group
Oh, I
that
love
I
that.
really enjoy. So I do focus a lot on that part of community. Is there a part of community that maybe you're in right now or that you're trying to get into or you're hoping like this might be the year that you would, maybe you'll start a community? I'm using the word community very broadly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. Not so much. Like we do meetups at my house sometimes because I love
Sure.
like astrology and moon and
Wow.
crystals and stuff.
Yeah, witchy girl.
And
Uh-huh.
so I do it twice a month, and then because for the new moon, the full moon. But I did have a group of girls over, and I was like, I really love this, and I want to do it more consecutively. But I do live a little far out. Like it's hard with the realtors because our schedules are all over the place.
They're
and
never the same.
some of them
Yeah.
are moms, some of them aren't. So some have the kids, some don't have the kids. It's and so getting everyone to be able to do that as much as possible is great. But yeah, I would love to do that twice a month.
Well, thank you for being the hostess. That's such a great
Oh, I
idea.
love to host.
Yeah.
Do you have
She's a great
themes?
host.
Like if it's new, like do you have things that you burn? Are there rituals
Well,
that you do?
yes, we
Okay.
did that. We made
That's an
intention
equinox.
candles,
Okay.
and yeah, we did that day. I gave them a little homework before they got there, and then afterwards we were like, let's drink and have fun by the bonfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a great
was
little
good.
campfire. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's my vibe.
I like it.
What about you? What's your community? What do you think?
I have been trying to get more into the firearm realm.
Oh, yeah.
Complete opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same. I mean,
So-
but it's a group. It's a, you know,
Yeah, no, I go to the range. I want to start going on ladies' night, see if I can't meet some other people. But I want to compete eventually. I don't think I'm quite there yet, but I want to compete. I don't know.
Is it muskets? Is it pistols?
pistols.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've done it since I was a kid, and I just got more into like getting into the range.
Yeah.
And it's just fun, and it like lets off steam,
Totally.
you know? And
Took
like
Patricia, and Patricia was like, you should teach a class. You should meet with women and do gun safety. Let's shoot and do it, and then make it fun. Like, you should do that.
Well,
So
and like
I have-
healing, and
I
like
have
you were talking about,
done-
like a stress relief class.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
I would sign
gosh.
up for that. Oh,
seriously.
Yeah.
So I have taught a couple of women one-on-one that have never fired a firearm before.
Right.
And so I sat with them beforehand,
That's wonderful.
talked to them about like how it makes them feel, what they want to get out of it, what they want to learn,
Set those intentions.
you know, set the intentions. And for me, really, it's all about safety and being educated, because I find that the most people who have no idea about firearms are the people that are the ones using them wrong and getting in trouble and killing people. And so when you're educated and taught from a young child, you know, don't touch. You know, if you see a firearm, people that are never around them or taught about it or anything, if they see one, they're like, oh, and they want to pick it up. So it's just, and I think that's why it's changed so much over the past, 40 or 50 years.
Right.
Where even the 70s, you had your shotgun on the back of the truck.
In the 80s even.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
80s.
and there weren't all those school shootings and everything, but I think like the further and further we get away from respecting it and it being taught, the easier it is to forget and know how powerful it is.
Right.
I mean, even people that are very well, around it all the time, they can still have accidents.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
so it's. I just think it's more, and a safety thing. I had someone break in my house before, and what saved me was pointing my pistol at him. So I don't take it lightly, and so I feel confident with it and knowing how to use it if there's ever an emergency. So I really just, I don't know.
How empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
So-
I'm
There's
out and
so
about
much
alone,
fear.
I'm always carrying. Not
Well,
like
even
going
at
to
open
podcasts,
houses,
but like at open houses.
I mean,
carry.
had some
I'm not
freaks
trying
come
to get
in.
attacked.
No. And I mean, there's murders that happen all the time for open houses, like all over the U.S.
Yeah.
So I
didn't
don't.
know this.
That is
Yeah,
very
they'll target.
I'm educating myself right now.
I always tell
Yeah.
I always want people to have classes for realtors, like this is what to do. And then whenever you're in a team or whenever you're at a brokerage, whenever I was at Keller Williams, they called it the red folder alert. And so there's always someone on phone duty. And so they were like, if you're ever scared or you're ever call and be like, hey, Bill, remember the red folder for X da 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 da? If you said red folder, I left it on my desk. Can you take a look at that and then call me back? And that meant call 911 to that address. And so I feel like all brokerages should have that. I know that they do not all, but if you don't, have someone that you can call that will fucking answer the phone. Your husband, if you don't have a husband, your friend, and let that way who's ever there doesn't know, right? Like
Isn't tip.
it could be a blue folder too.
Right.
Now that we said it on the podcast, right? But
YPN has a good realtor safety meetup.
that's
once
good.
a year.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
would,
and they do like some self-defense
Yeah.
moves and everything, which is good.
But I carry because that's way stronger than my hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grew up in the country, so
Yeah, I know, right? I'm
you
just
know,
like,
it is. Yeah.
you just can't be too safe. And you know what? Sometimes even if it's in your purse, you can't get it out fast enough. But I always be, safe than sorry. I don't know.
Yeah.
You also normally carry a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always feel safe when I'm with you.
Aw, that's so nice.
Good.
Yeah.
I love that. No, I don't know.
Well, I love the creativity in continuing to learn, continuing to educate, finding ways that you can move about the world, right? None of this is about like how to lock the doors at night and be at home alone.
Yeah.
Right.
But just being a part of that community, finding those connections, right? So, last little pitch is just like for longevity. We are biohacking. We are living longer. We want to live longer, happier, healthier. So I think that nod to like finding Barton Springs, finding your workout regime, finding ways to keep yourself safe, finding your community to keep your brain active, to keep your body and your brain.
And to have fun.
And then have fun. That's like the best.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Life's
And
too
Austin
short.
has it all. Austin has anything you can think of to be a
Right.
part of, which is
But you have
so
to take
cool.
the first step.
Yeah.
Whatever that fear is, oh, I can't go, oh, I'm by myself, oh, I don't
Right.
overcome that.
Yeah.
Figure a way out.
You'll meet way more people by yourself than going with people.
That's so true. Because then
You
you're
know?
just
Yes.
talking with your little group. You didn't meet anyone.
Right.
You already know these losers. Just kidding.
You've already heard their story. You already know.
So again, because we're almost out at, we're a little over or almost. Tell us again where to find
Yes.
you, when to find you, and yes.
Okay. Well, my name is Beth Coffey. I am the broker owner and chief officer, just kidding, of Dancing Austin. And I give a free dance lesson every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the White Horse. It's at 7 o'clock. You just have to bring your ID. You're 21, and you need to bring a lot of cash. I pass around a tip jar. I call it the love bucket, so that you can put money in the love bucket. But if you don't have cash, that's okay. I have Venmo and I have PayPal. Those of you from Europe, please feel free to enjoy PayPal. That's the most easy one for them to do. I'm also for hire. I work with a lot of Fortune 500 companies. I work with a lot of businesses that want their leadership training to have something fun to do, an activity to bring their people together, maybe a little bit out of their shell, right? So, but the best way to find me, it's on Instagram, 170,000 followers.
Amazing.
They want
Congrats.
to hear about the music, right? The music in Austin, live music capital of the world. They want to hear about the ambassador of the Texas Two-Step and where to go when you're in town, right? You've got 3 nights. You have this free event that you can show up.
Yep.
No sign up, no anything. You just come on in. Bachelorette parties, love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big corporations love to take their higher end like executives to a place where nobody knows who they are. And
Right.
They love that. They love it because you're a little, you're under the radar. It's a very international crowd, but also if you are an Austinite, figure this part out, right? Figure it out.
Yeah.
Come join me. You're always welcome.
She's
You
a
have
great
friend.
instructor and so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Entertaining,
fun.
Yeah.
funny, beautiful.
We
So,
have to get our group together and take all
Yeah.
of us over there.
we do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They would love it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be, right?
Yeah.
Drinking or no drinking, you can have fun just in the sense that you're getting to hear new music.
Yeah.
Like these guys live in Austin. Like these guys and gals, their bands are great that are
So
here.
good.
And
Yeah.
you can, and they
They're always
play
good.
they play different places, but you can kind of follow along and follow them on Spotify.
Yeah.
It's great. Like for all the things that you're doing with ChatGPT, all the things that you're doing with AI, you should also do something with humans. Right?
Yeah.
I know this is a
Yeah,
weird
for sure.
question.
It's okay.
Is there sitting room for anyone who comes that does not just wants to watch?
Absolutely.
Talking about my husband.
Yeah. Yes.
For those that want
Yeah.
to watch, I will
Yes.
I will say that I will heckle and bully
Okay.
because why?
It's not the, yeah, I know.
If he's not able-bodied, like I understand, like able-bodied, and I will
Yeah.
completely laugh at him and I will make fun of him and I will then point him out to the entire crowd as the one person who is not participating.
Yes.
And that typically will get him up. But then along those lines, just pass along the note that the majority of the people that hire me for private lessons, which I highly do not recommend private lessons. You can dance in your house anytime you want to.
Yeah.
When you come out, dance with the people that are out. But I would say to your husband that the people that pay me the most amount of money and call me the most are newly divorced husbands.
Really?
Oh.
Wow.
Because they got dumped.
Because they wouldn't dance.
Because they were too scared.
Damn husbands.
Well, I don't.
I had
He is
two in
a
a row.
beautiful. He's a
I had
beautiful
two-
woman that to dance with that
Yeah.
wants to do something fun, and that you're saying no.
Yeah.
Where else does that work in your marriage? Where else does that work?
Yeah.
Hey, we're working together on we're trying to put in a pool. We're trying to raise our kids. We're trying to do our 401k. But no, I won't dance with you.
Yeah.
Come on, we got the heavy stuff.
know.
We're already doing the heavy stuff, the
Right.
hard stuff.
I know.
This
Yeah.
is the easy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So yeah, I challenge him,
I love that.
Let's do it.
and he
We'll get
should
him
be
down
making
there.
you happy. It's almost like he should make you happy.
Yeah,
Look how
if
easy
I get
that is.
enough drinks
and
in
it's
him,
free.
he'll will.
But think about it, it's
He will.
yeah, it's a free thing.
Yeah.
Appeal to his pocketbook.
Yeah, right.
There we
It's
go.
a free lesson. Yeah.
Fun.
I look
All
forward to it.
right. Well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for
Well,
being
thank
our
you.
guest.
I had a great
it goes
time.
by fast every time.
I know.
I always feel
it
like our
does.
podcast goes by pretty quick.
It's fun.
So, but
Awesome.
Lots of good pro tips here. Lots of
Yeah.
how to be an Austinite, hacking, where to go, what to see. I love
Yeah.
it. This is great.
Austin culture.
Thank
It's our Austin episode. I love it.
yeah.
If you need to buy a house in Austin, reach out.
Yeah.
You know where to find us.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
you. Thank you.